Hello, it's Math with Kathy, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 math errors. This will affect you obviously in tests, homework, etc. So these are a lot of what I see. The first are sign errors, and those are super important to overcome because they will absolutely affect your answer. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of, let's say we have -3 squared, and there are no parentheses in that. The quantity immediately to the left of the exponent is affected by the exponent. So in this case, it's just the 3, not the negative. So if we set this up, it's negative, and then 3 times 3 equals -9. Okay, so that negative remains. However, if we have, let's say, x squared, and your x equals -3. So in that case, we plug the -3 into the parentheses. Okay, so you're squaring the whole -3, and you're going to be doing this a lot. So then we have -3 times -3, and now that equals +9, which is very different from the prior -9 that we got in the former problem. So again, remember, the quantity immediately to the left of the exponent is only the thing affected. So if it's in parentheses, the whole thing's affected. If it's not, just the number or letter to the left. Okay? The second issue that I see frequently is distributive errors. For example, let's say f of x equals x plus 2 and g of x equals x minus 3. And we're told to find f of x minus g minus 3. So is it x plus 2 minus x minus 3? No, because that what I like to do in cases like this is maintain the parentheses until on the first line that you're writing out by hand, and then when you remove them, think about the signs. Okay, so in this case we'll have x plus 2, that's correct, but then we have minus x minus 3 in parentheses. That's going to change each sign. So when you remove the parentheses, it will now be minus x plus 3, so the plus instead of minus. So we have x plus 2 minus x plus 3, okay? See the difference? So you're subtracting the whole quantity, not just the one letter in there, if it's in parentheses. All right. The third error that I see a lot is going too fast, racing through the problems. It's easy to make errors, especially there's so much minutia in math today. It's lots of little details you got to pay attention to, and no matter your skill level and ability, there's a temptation to just race through it, get it done, and it's easy to miss little things like sign errors, like we were discussing earlier, but lots of things. All right, number 4 is simplifying incorrectly. Okay, the example I have here is 2x plus square root of 5 all over 2. Now, some people think you can just cross out the 2, but you cannot, because the square root of 5 is also within there and does not have a 2 attached to it. Now, if we did have 2x plus 2 square roots of 5 over 2, in that case, you could cross out those 2's, but keep an eye on that. All right, again, we have, let's say we had x times 3 plus 4, like in the example, all over 2x times y plus 1, close parentheses, minus 6. Okay, again, you might be tempted to cross out those x's, but that minus 6 is there, and you can't do that. So a good rule of thumb when problems like these is if there is a plus or a minus that is not in the parentheses, then you cannot simplify, okay, without taking into account that, that minus 6. So that's just something to think about. It's not ironclad, but it is something to kind of put in your pocket. Okay, and lastly, be careful when you plug problems into the calculator that you're doing it correctly. There's different kinds of calculators, you do it differently, but be really mindful about grouping things in parentheses. For example, if you were doing exponent of x plus 2, you would keep that in the parentheses. So just really be careful about how you plug things in. If you're not completely sure and you're doing a really elaborate problem, it's okay to do things piece by piece and then write down, okay, this part, this part, this part. If you're not completely sure how to do it correctly, because that will definitely affect your answer. All right, good luck on any homework or tests you're doing, and have a great day. Bye. Don't get